Hi there, I'm Alana Richardson, Tucson Symphony Orchestra's Director of Education, and today should have been the second day of TSO's Young People's Concerts. I should be downtown at the Tucson Music Hall with my wonderful team of volunteers and staff waiting for 50 buses to show up and thousands of kids to come out and come experience the power of live symphonic music for the first time. And instead, I'm hanging out in my backyard. So I know a lot of you have got to be feeling like you aren't where you should be either. And so I wanted to take this moment to share with you what the Young People's Concert this year was going to be about. The theme this year was Music with Purpose, when music takes action. And it's all about how music serves us as a society, how it fills this purpose that other things can't do. Communities come together through music in times of joy and celebration, of course, but also in times of great need and crisis. And we explored it through things like swing music. In the Great Depression, people were experiencing this nationwide crisis, and yet they needed to go dance. They needed to celebrate together. They needed to do something with music. And we talk about Beethoven's Ninth Ode to Joy, such a great, powerful piece of music that is inherently joyful, but people throughout history have found it's needed for whatever purpose it can serve them at the time. From Chilean protesters to Japanese prisoners of war to at the fall of the Berlin Wall, people have needed to use that piece of music to signify great, powerful community moments. And it's something that music can inherently do that we don't always give it credit for. I've seen it in my own life, for sure, so many times. I lived in Boston for several years, and in the aftermath of the marathon bombings, all of a sudden, Sweet Caroline was not just a song for sports fans. It would pop up on the subway, and people would just start joining in, and all of a sudden we had all of this desperate need to just be singing together as a show of solidarity, as a way to really emphasize we're all in this together. And I know here closer to home in Tucson, in the aftermath of the 2011 shootings, Tucson Symphony played a public concert of Fanfare for the Common Man, and it was the same gathering of people that are hurting, but we needed to come together, and we needed to have something to signify we're all in this together. And so when this whole pandemic started, honestly, it was so disheartening, and it felt a little silly. Like, here I am writing a kids show about coming together through music, about communities gathering, and it's literally the one thing we can't do is gather. But in the weeks after that, I realized I was wrong. Music has been proving me wrong, has been showing that it still can help, it still can fix this, it still can serve this need in a way that nothing else can. And I know that probably the first example you all saw was Italian opera singers singing off of their balconies out to their neighbors and friends, and sharing of their gift in a time where they can't do anything else. And then it kind of started snowballing from there. Like, all of a sudden, music ensembles were putting together these digital performances, and famous people, celebrities, famous musicians were putting out all of these free performances and singing, and I've been seeing Yo-Yo Ma has been doing what he's called Songs of Comfort on his Instagram, and my family's been watching Bella Fleck and his family has been doing Banjo House Lockdowns on Friday night on Facebook Live, and NPR's From the Top has been having students and alumni of the program do Daily Joy, sharing a piece of music that brings them joy every day. And it's just so much has been happening, and everyone's been giving and sharing and communicating through music, and it's overwhelming. All of a sudden, my newsfeed is not full of doom and gloom. It's full of music and people sharing their compassion and their goodwill and their love through what they can give, which is their music. And so I wanted to take a moment to invite you all to do the same thing, to share with us, to send us videos or tell us stories of people coming together through music, your favorite examples, even if it's not from during this time, things that bring you great joy, or just share it with us, because I'd love to see it. We'd all love to see it. It's something that we need right now, and this is what music can do. This is what it's for. And I just know that that will be wonderful, because we miss you, and I know that we will make music together again, and I know that we're all in this together.